In this video, we've got a $256,000 federal grant program, which can amount to grants totaling up to $2 million, a new $25,000 grant program, federal grants of up to $34,000 for your students, which can fund them from high school all the way through graduate school. Ladies and gentlemen, in this video, we have grants for everyone. The application round for the first grant program that I just told you about actually closes tomorrow. Don't click the back button as yet nonetheless, because the application round for the next quarter actually opens the day after tomorrow, June 4th. So if you don't get your application in by tomorrow, actually the first step in the application process, which is simply submitting a pitch, then you have another chance to go ahead and craft your pitch and submit it starting June 4th, the day after tomorrow. You know about it, the American Seed Fund. Now, as I've told you, to qualify for most of these grant programs, you simply have to, and if we were in a public audience, if you were actually seeing me live, I could just stay quiet and you could say it yourself. Sell something. But in this particular case, to take the first step in applying for the American Seed Fund, you don't even have to own the business as yet. You simply have to have an innovative yet technically risky idea that the federal government can fund for you. However, once it's time for you to receive the award, then you should have already registered your business. However, you have that time in order to be able to do that from the time that you submit the pitch and to take the next step in the application process. Before they were writing on their website that you had to have your business registered by the time you took the second step in the application process. However, if you take a look at the frequently asked questions page, which I just had in front of me right here, I own SBIR awards. This is one of the programs through the federal government that is actually powering this fund. Go only to small for-profit firms that meet the above definition of an SBC. This includes sole proprietorship. So you can even operate a sole proprietorship. Does the company need to be founded prior to SBI STTR proposal submission? These are the programs that operate this fund. You do not have to certify eligibility until the time of the award. So you can go ahead and start applying for this thing right now, even if you're not operating a small business. And most agencies allow you to submit an application prior to establishing the business that will receive the award. However, to avoid potential complications, you should discuss this with the procuring agency's contracts or grants officer before applying. So this is the federal government. So there's all kinds of contact information on here. Anytime that I want to contact a federal agency, once I find their website, it's clearly listed right here. They're in Alexandria, Virginia, and this is their phone number. If you have a technically risky idea, a number of people have contacted me telling me, I have this innovative idea. I've got a patent for this product, for this idea. How can I get funding? This is potentially your best bet. And listen, if your solution or your product or your service is not innovative enough, get deeper into it. How about the manufacturing process of developing a product that right now you are classifying as being innovative? And for those of you who are saying that everybody's not going to get this because it's competitive, listen, most grant programs are competitive. They take a contest format. If you don't get it, there's other solutions. And once you start selling something, as I've told you time and time again on my prior videos, you get to the point where you don't even need grant programs, man. I did not build my business. I did not make my bones through grants. I did it selling something. I simply invested a little more than $100 to register my LLC in Florida. I developed the skills in order to market businesses to drive billions at this point of unique visitors to publications worldwide. With no silver spoon in my mouth, no trust fund. I grew up without a father. I grew up with a single mother who only made a little more than minimum wage, raising me and my brother, at time working 2 and 3 jobs simultaneously in order to raise us in Jamaica, Queens, New York, then Miami, Florida. I had to go back to New York when I was like 16 by myself. My first business was when I was 12 years old. I used to charge kids in my neighborhood to play my Super Nintendo Entertainment System. 1 quarter for 3 pushes of the reset button. That's it. And they got mad and they complained to my mother. My mother stated, listen, you have to stop charging kids to use your toys. Let them use the toys. Stop charging $25. It was over. The business was done. However, the entrepreneurial spirit was lit. I sold haircuts in my godfather's supermarket back in the Bronx. I have actually a previous video where I show you the place of my first job site over at the Bravo supermarket up by Webster Avenue, up Jerome in the South Bronx. I was selling electronics, sold Kirby vacuums, sold stock to the Stratosphere Casino out in Vegas when it was in construction in the boiler room. I got into that in one of my previous videos where I'm telling you all types of sales techniques. If you take a look at my spreadsheet, just go ahead and take a look at probably the most powerful tab on it, which I've labeled free education. I get so excited I forget to operate Google Sheets. Anyway, right here, free education. I put it right next to the grants tab. Look at that. You've got the search engine optimization starter guide. Google teaches you how to configure your website. So you increase the chance that your website appears for targeted keywords. So let's say you're a home inspector. Let's say you sell perfume, whatever, and you want to appear for perfume near me, women's perfume near me. Right here, this website right here, this forum entitled Big SEO on Reddit. They have all kinds of information. Look, beginner's guide to SEO, Google's SEO guide, how search works. So you could build your website to drive natural traffic. In other words, traffic for which you're not paying back to your, and if you want to learn how to advertise to get visitors quicker, I've got a link to how you can become Google certified, how you can operate the Google advertising platform, how you can operate the Facebook advertising platform, and certifications to do so. So in the event you don't have an idea that you want to sell yourself, you can do this for people, for other businesses. These are skills that are always in demand. You want to get a job doing this? These jobs, they pay anywhere from $40,000, $60,000, $100,000. There's no limit to the amount of money that you can make. I had a 6-figure job. I probably told you about this on a previous video, working for AOL, collecting a $2,300 check every single week, working from my home, driving millions of unique visitors to their website. And I'll go ahead and roll the tape and show you all the accolades. I've worked with the 2012 Barack Obama presidential campaign, the Nielsen Company, AOL, a number of enterprise class organizations. And that's what put me in a position to qualify for all these grant programs that I enjoyed throughout the pandemic to keep my business afloat and thus transforming my business to what you see right now. You want to learn how to do this? Some people complain. You're telling us about the grant programs. You're collecting money because, yes, this is a business right here. I'm in partnership with YouTube. Absolutely. Absolutely, I'm doing that. But what? The blood and sweat and the tears for me to be able to get to this point where I can communicate these opportunities to you that are available in this country, you've got to go through it as well. You got to learn how to sell something, operate a small business. And if you want to learn how to start your business on YouTube, just like what I'm doing, I've got the official documentation from YouTube itself on how to do that. Learn how to keep yourself from getting kicked off the horse, straight from the horse's mouth. Welcome, Neal, to the Creator Academy channel. Rod Squad, of course. It'll list your Rod Squad instead of mine once you load this up and log in. The documentation reads on how to get discovered, the quick start guide to YouTube, get discovered, is your channel ready to earn money, getting started content, strategy, money and business, get insights with YouTube analytics, the quick start guide to YouTube, unlock your gaming channel, is your channel ready to earn money. It's not you building the elevator from here to the moon. You don't have to invent the next best thing since water. You simply have to sell something. And once you've done that, you have established or you are performing the organized effort of operating a small business. If you're doing it by yourself, you are what the Small Business Administration refers to as a non-employer firm. There are 25,701,671 non-employer firms, meaning organizations which are simply self-employment projects out of the whopping 31,678,432 small businesses, which constitute 99.9% of all businesses in the United States employing half of the U.S. workforce. Can we be ignored? Come join the club. It can be as simple as you selling used items on eBay, Mercari, other online marketplaces. There's no limit to what you can do with this stuff. And look, there are other financing opportunities that the United States government lists on USA.gov. Paycheck Protection Program, we've covered it extensively. Right now there's a petition going on right here, fairppp.com, where you can automatically have pre-written emails sent to your congressional representatives so they fund the Paycheck Protection Program. A number of you have been doing DoorDash, you've been doing Amway, you've been selling things, whatever type of non-W-2 filed income that you generate as a result of selling something is you operating a small business. Perhaps only as a sole proprietor. However, you operate a small business. If you've been documenting the amount of money that you've been generating operating a small business, let's say through DoorDash, I'm sure DoorDash sends you 1099. I've never worked with DoorDash or Uber, and you're documenting that income. I'm pretty sure they're sending you 1099s, and you're putting that in your taxes, and you're paying taxes against that. You qualify for the PPP once they launch it again, the economic injury disaster loan. I'm not telling you if you're not doing that, any of that. I'm not telling you to go ahead and lie on these applications. Absolutely not. You have to operate a small business. Take a look. The American Seed Fund that I just told you about, Bad VR, they got funded with over $1.25 million from the government in the form of 2 National Science Foundation cooperative agreements through the Small Business Innovation Research Financing Mechanisms, the American Seed Fund. That's where they got most of their $3.5 million in financing. So you think this is fake, man? I told you about the Beyonce program that was helping small businesses and then helping people who were suffering from homelessness or potentially getting evicted. Look, the South Mississippi small business owner receives Beyonce Baygood virus relief grant. This was her program. She doesn't have anything at the moment, but there are other programs. You think there's not grants for anyone? Look, the Awesome Foundation. In this particular case, you don't even have to operate a small business. Simply have an awesome idea how to make the world a better place. They're giving out $1,000 grants every single month. I told you about up to $34,000 for your students from high school all the way through graduate school. The SEAT program for high school students. This is through the Naval Research Laboratory. Look, for high school students, SEAT program, you get up to $7,100 if I'm not mistaken. Through the NREIP, there's about another $26,000. Your student can get his down payment for a house once he gets through this program. Simply has to have good grades. A number of people get selected. I have known people who have gone through the application process, and the best of the best, the people with the 3.8, 3.9, 4.0 GPAs, they get recommended by their counselors, and they qualify for this funding. The Start Garden, right here. Submissions open. Register here with your ideas. That's all you have to have. They even have a version for their high school students. Look, contest for a chance of up to $5,000 for high school students that have innovative ideas to help us get through this pandemic. I've got a section on the spreadsheet for nonprofits. A number of you have left comments. What about for nonprofits? Right here, Black Equity and Excellence. This is just one program where you could apply for a grant. Right here, I've got a nonprofits tab. Whatever you guys tell me to build, I go ahead and build it on the spreadsheet that you could find at bit.ly/bizss21. I always leave it linked as the top pinned comment below. LLC tab. You want to file your LLC, you got Zen Business. Do it for like $49 a year with a registered agent to take all your official court documentation or whatever type of documents you have to receive in the state where you choose to file your LLC. There are different benefits of you filing LLC, perhaps in Delaware or a state such as Wisconsin or Nevada. I have all the information on the LLC tab. A crypto tab. I told you, you can make around $50 at this particular point in time. Look on Coinbase. They're inviting me to make some more money. $3 in Polygon coin, $3 in the Graph, $9 in Compound. All right, I showed you on one of my previous videos where I generate about $41. I've already made like about $41 or $30 or whatever. Listen, if you found $31 on the floor, you wouldn't pick it up. Again, it's in cryptocurrency, but you could change this for USD if you want. Or you could just keep it in that coin and wait till it appreciates. It may drop in value, however, you're still generating revenue from it. And I'm going to show you something. A couple of videos ago, I told you about this grant program right here. This is a $1,000 grant program for everyone, where if you supported a grant, campaign, fundraiser on Gitcoin.com, then you potentially would have been eligible to receive grants coming from organizations that are sponsoring these grant programs. Sponsoring is called quadratic funding. If you ever launch a campaign to raise funds, for instance, to help people invest in Bitcoin or invest in cryptocurrency or adopt some type of blockchain technology, or perhaps develop some type of blockchain technology, and you're looking for funding through Gitcoin, then there were a number of organizations that were giving what's called airdrops, distributing airdrops to people who participated on Gitcoin. And check it out. I told you, I don't offer financial advice. I'm simply showing you what I do. Check it out. Gitcoin, in the interim, they dropped their own coin and they gave me, I didn't spend any more than $100 in supporting the fundraisers on the Gitcoin round 9 campaign. So and look, I got 36.82 GTC Gitcoin, which right now is valued at $6.10. So $6.10 times 36.82 $224 USD. And that's just on one account. I'll go ahead and show you the other account. Check it out. You may not be able to see it. I'll go ahead and just let the tape play. Look, on this other account, the Rod Squadron account, 68.36 GTC. Again, times 6.1, $416. That's what? More than $600, almost $700 that I got helping people develop these blockchain technologies. I could trade this right now for USD if I want. I'm just going to let it appreciate. Gitcoin is no joke. They're a real organization, so I definitely think that the value of Gitcoin is going to appreciate. I've seen pricing forecasts of up to $25 for each Gitcoin, so that's 5 times money that I didn't think were going to come back. I put less than $100 towards it, about $100, mostly in gas fees, Ethereum gas fees, which has now dropped since the value of Ethereum has depreciated. However, look at that. Out the gate, you put in less than $100 or about $100, you get back what, 600? Come on, man. When you're telling me that these grant programs aren't available to anyone, these are grant programs with the NIH, federal government grants with the U.S. Department of Energy. I link, look, people who are developing programs that are vegan oriented. Look, there are grant programs for this right here as well. I've linked it all in the spreadsheet you could find at bit.ly/bizss21. And the NAACP, where are they at? I've got it over here. Is this it? Facebook certification. I pulled up so many links. Here it is. Together with Hello Alice, they have grants for Black-owned businesses of up to $25,000 right now. Take a look. Partners in the movement, donate. Where's the application? All right, so the application is on Hello Alice. I've gone ahead and included a link in the spreadsheet, so I can just find it right here. You go back to the grants tab, go to row. A number of you also said that I didn't have any programs for artists. Look, there's a National Endowment for the Arts. This is from the federal government. It's right here on row 7. Cast your vote. And the NAV Small Business Grant. The deadline was on May 31st. However, you can still vote for my business. The reason that I tell you vote for my business, because if I win this NAV grant, I'm going to distribute it to you. If it's a $10,000 grant, if I get a $10,000 grant, I'm going to give $1,000 to 10 viewers of the channel. As long as you start a small business, the requirements are not going to be as strict as the PPP or the EIDL if I win this. If I get the $5,000, I'll give $500 to 10 people. Whatever. That's not my interest. My interest in order to help you ensure that you are able to save and feed your families to ultimately save this country. No one else is going to do it. I'll go ahead and leave a link to this right here in the spreadsheet. Just go ahead and visit the link at bit.ly/bizss21. And this is the Amber Grant, I believe the Amber Grant for women. is another one. Look, there's things that, I keep forgetting. Look, I'm going to go over refresh. $25,000 Amber Grant for women. I believe they give this out every month, if I'm not mistaken. Go ahead and verify that information. The NAACP grant. I believe I put it up here. National Endowment, Start Garden, Power Forward Small Business Grant. Right here. Here it is. The Power Forward Small Business Grant with the NAACP and Hello Alice. Right here. You got to sign up for an account through Hello Alice. Look, right here. Join the community. View impact report. Apply today, right here. Click apply today, and bam, here it is. Power forward. You got to answer all these questions. What's your first and last name? What race do you identify as? And listen, it's for black-owned businesses. However, do a 23, even if you don't think that you're black or you're of a colored descent, go ahead and do a 23andMe. Listen, my name is Neal Rodriguez. However, Rodriguez, my family, comes from a Latin American country. However, that does not classify my race. I am black. I have also Spaniard family. I have native Latin American family. In other words, Indians that come from Latin America have all that in the blood. So you don't know. I even think I have a little Oriental in me because there are a number of Oriental people that I see that look just like my aunts, just like my family members. All right. And again, like I keep on telling you, the free education tab. Look, Entrepreneur. You visit Reddit Entrepreneur. There's all kinds of case studies. This one right here, if I had time to do this, I would probably do this myself. This is so simple to do. Look, SEO, a step-by-step SEO tutorial for beginners that will get you ranked every single time. Where's the t-shirt one? Look, how I sold $150,000 selling t-shirts on Amazon. This guy breaks down the whole process right here. This is free of charge. How to get designers for your t-shirt company, where to launch, all kinds of information. How to do market research on Reddit. Look, how I launched my product on Reddit to get 1,500 signups and 300,000 page views. It's all available right here on the spreadsheet. bit.ly/biz, BIZSS21.